All right, so good morning, everyone. My name is Aisha, and I'm in the marketing team at Newton School. Today, we have something extremely special. Although we've been going live on our YouTube with industry experts, today we have an AMA session with one of our alumni. For those of you who don't know what an AMA session is, it's basically an Ask Me Anything question. So, you guys are free to ask our guest any question that you want. So I would like to introduce Pratik. Pratik has been an alumni with Newton School and he is currently placed at Inncrewin Technologies. So Pratik, why don't you wave at the camera and say hi to everybody?
Yes, hi Aisha. My name is Pratik, and as you know, I'm alumni of Newton School, and I am proud to be on the first batch of Newton School, and I know how it performs and how we perform with Newton School. So yes, so this I'll be talking about my journey in Newton School and how it will motivate you to conquer your medals over the life. Yeah.
Awesome. So one question for all our viewers. Whoever knows Pratik, please send a thumbs up in the comment section. I would like to know everybody who knows Pratik, if you're friends, and if you all don't know him, it's fine. So whoever knows Pratik, just put a thumbs up in the comment section and we shall begin. So Pratik, generally speaking, how were you? How has your journey been and what are you currently doing?
Yes, currently I'm happy. That's the main motto. And I'm a software developer level 2 at Inncrewin Technologies, and that's all because of Newton School. And previously, I was working as a tester in one of the service-based companies. So, I would say if you want to start any journey, you should have a motto. If you want to conquer anything, you should definitely have a motto. So that is one of the motto which I had to be a software developer from early stage of my career. So, firstly, I was not able to conquer that, but because of Newton School, I was able to do that lately.
Awesome. So Pratik, tell us more about Increment Technology. So now that you know, uh, you can't really go to office, right? So it's work from home. I'm guessing for you. Are you
Yes,
working?
yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So how has the whole induction process been? How are you managing with your teammates? And if you could tell us a little about the project you're working on currently, that would be great.
Yes, definitely, Asha. So the thing is, I joined Newton School in Krivin 2 months back, 2 or 2.5 months back, and it was a nice induction process over there. So all went remotely, and I joined all the process. Like all my documents were uploaded, that were also done remotely. And come to my project. So I had since the day I have joined, I had worked on two projects. So two were most of the special projects for me because I have ever worked. I have not worked with the e-commerce projects ever, but all were very fascinated with the e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, everything. So I had always wanted to work on that. So the first project which I had worked was a e-commerce website we are building on. So for the first 2 months I had worked on that. So that is a completely I was mainly working on the React side, front end side, but when you work on a small project or a web project, you have to do both things. Like if you get stuck on the front end, you have to do the back end things. If you get stuck on the back end, then you have to do the reverse. So that is one of the thing which I learned, that even if you are a front end developer or back end developer, no matter, but you have to learn all the full stack things. So that is one of the things. And apart from that, I worked on the GraphQL things and new technologies. So that are really in the market right now, trending GraphQL things. I learned those things, material UI on the front end things. So those are the things I have worked on. So
Okay.
after that, I have been moved to a second project now. So that is a quiz-based application, and that is all over iOS, Android, web application, both all are there. I am working on the web application. So that is a quiz-based application. It is a completely non-stack application, except that MongoDB is there, but along with MongoDB, we have another database, PostgreSQL. So that is SQL database, and NoSQL databases are also there. So yes, so I'm quite learning a lot in these two projects, as I've not learned in my last 2 years.
Yes, because you've been a tester and then you switched to tech.
Yes, yes, definitely. Yeah.
So one important question is, because when you don't work on something, right? When you haven't worked on something before, uh, there is a level of confidence everybody has if they have experience in the past working on a.
Yes.
But you're telling me that you've never worked on such projects. So
Yes.
where does that confidence come from? And whatever you've learned, what is the key to applying that in the projects that you work on?
Okay, yes. So yes, Asha, you told the right thing. Actually, from the last, 2.5 years, let's say 2 years, I have been working in TCS, but I have not learned all the things. In the testing project I have been, so I have not learned all the things because I don't say that it is not a good project or something like that. But the
Mhm.
thing is that you should have a definite motto behind that. Motive behind that. So my motive was not to do testing. So it was always about development. It was always about coding things out. So when I joined the Newton School, I was very much, hopeful that after this something good would be happening in my life. So after that, in those 5 months at Newton School, so those are very much, I would say, happy days for my life because all those 6 to 7 hours daily, which I put into Newton School or which I put into coding in those 5 to 6 months. So those are the development time. So those things actually are helping me now in Inncrewin Technologies because when I'm moving from a different domain, such like from testing to development and doing coding over there for the last 2 to 3 months, definitely there should be something that you should not be worrying about, right? Because in testing there are no coding, but now you have to do those codings and you have to develop that mindset as well because mindset of developing coding. So those 5 to 6 months at Newton School actually helped me because all the full stack things were taught me there, as in Munstack, React, Node.js. React was although introduced at the last, but those 1 month or 2 months of React were definitely helped me, definitely, and Node.js. So actually, I grew the mindset at Newton School, and that I'm developing it right now. That is the sort thing.
Okay, so this is a very biased question, but who has been your favorite person in the team at Newton School? We all want to know. We're
Uh,
excited.
Definitely, this is open to say Siddharth sir because I have been in personal touch with him, and from the day one at Newton School, he is constantly on me because like there were times in my life when I felt demotivated, but Siddharth was always there for me, and he said sometimes he said like. You might give 30 companies interview, 40 companies interview, but it only takes that one company which you need to crack. So there are chances that you are not able to crack all of those companies. So yes, the Siddharth is definitely my one of the mentors. He's also my life mentor.
Okay, and I have actually two questions on our Instagram story.
Yes.
So one is from Hrithik. He asks how to crack Newton School's entrance test.
Okay, yes. So entrance test, as in when we are in the first batch, like the coding rounds and the rounds were a bit easier, I would say. But now, as as a contest is moving up, and you should be definitely preparing for two things. One is aptitude, and another is coding. So coding, I would definitely say that I know Newton School personally a bit. So um, some simple coding questions, some simple aptitude, and the main thing is attitude. You should have the willingness to learn things because you will be going through the interviews with Newton School guys, and those guys will be checking first your attitude, like how are your willingness to learn in the next 5 months. Suppose you have the right aptitude, you have the coding knowledge, many people are there, many students are there, but if you do not want to learn things, so that will be definitely harmful for you. So that might go a disadvantage against you. But the thing is that aptitude, attitude, and the coding skills, basic coding skills, all the coding skills will be learned in Newton School only, but the basic coding skills will definitely help. So do not you should not take much stress about it, but yes, definitely simple things will help you out.
In relation to this question, are
Yes.
there any, did you go to any particular sources or websites to learn these aptitude questions, coding skills? Are there any,
uh,
can you recommend three places where people who are aspiring to join Newton School can go to for their interest?
Yes, I have not gone through it because aptitude, as you know, I have cracked the service this company in the past, so I had the aptitude, and I had the willingness to learn things. So that is for me. But the thing is, with coding, yes, definitely there are some sources you can go to. Geeks for Geeks basic questions, lead code basic questions, and I think more than two, this two will suffice a lot. So nothing more to worry about because the whole structure at Newton School, as I have felt, is so much organized, and you will learn those things there only. So they do not expect you to know all the things from before. So if you are so much serious that they will ask me graph questions or trees questions in data structure, that is not going to happen. So
Yeah.
on basic questions, you should have the aptitude, attitude, and you should know all simple coding questions. So that will suffice a lot.
Okay. One more question is,
Yes.
it's by, let me go to his profile. It's by Murali Selvam. He asks Pratik, I am a noob to programming. I have no knowledge in any coding. Can I join and get placed from this course? So is it basically, the question is, if you're a noob and have no idea about programming, will I be able to make it? What would be your answer?
Yes, definitely, definitely. I have many people, many students in my batches. One or two students in my, close friends are my close friends. So those are absolutely noob, and now they are in Newton School, and they have cracked good companies as well. I would say. So definitely, you should not like the main thing is that you should not think yourself as a noob first of all. So
Yeah,
you should, yeah. So
true,
that,
true.
yeah, and definitely practice some questions. Even if I would say even if you do not get placed in this batch, so this is gonna run forever. So even if you do not get placed in this batch, you can practice for 1 to 2 months coding questions, only normal aptitude questions, what questions you faced today, those questions, and you can definitely apply it for after some months, and you can then go on ahead. So definitely, being a noob doesn't matter. So all like you have to start coding from someplace at once. Yes.
Okay. So there are three questions in the comment section of YouTube. It's by Bipul. He asks us, which questions were asked in your interview? Only data structures, algorithms, or system designs as well?
Yes, so DSL Go will suffice, I think, but the design questions we were not asked about it. So, like personally saying, I was not asked about it, but the design questions they do not expect it as well because as you are preparing for a from fresher level, company also do not ask design questions. Yes, basic oops concept they might ask something that is also for some companies, but design questions I do not think any of the companies now ask us from for a fresher level. So that also depends upon your experience level. If you are a 4 to 5 guy experience, so then design question might help. But no, for freshers I won't say that the design question will be there. Only DS will go and aptitude will be there.
Okay. So now that we're talking about interviews, so can you tell me more about your experience with getting trained for an interview at Newton School? What was it like? How many mock interviews did you have to do? And while you were giving the interview, did you feel like I need to do better? Because most of the students have this question if they need to be doing better, right? So how do you evaluate that? And how was your interview experience like with Newton School?
Yes, so I joined the Newton School in October. So the 5 months, October, November, December, Jan, and Feb. So first 3 months, we were all prepared about the course, like all the data structures, algorithms, Node.js, backend, and basic were the fundamentals. Like the basic fundamentals, so definitely learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Like people used to directly jump into frameworks rather than learning those languages HTML CSS. So those are very important because you have to uh, build your fundamentals over that only. So that is one of the things I would say. And after that, on the procedure, I would say when January came actually, because on that me and some of my friends were definitely ready for the interview because we have been doing something good in the projects and major project we had completed. So when January came, lately January I would say, so Newton School had they gave me some mock interviews in weekly, once or twice weekly. So I had like that prepared me well for the mock interviews from the mentors and the industry. One of my mentors were there in Newton School. He is currently on.
Was your mentor at Newton School?
Yes, the first mentor was Moniz. So he's definitely a good guy, and although he can like he is not there now, he is with Facebook. So, but the thing is that yes, he was definitely a good guy, and my data structure and algorithm skills actually grew because of him. And all yes, and one more thing I would say, you can make a partner over there, in the first 1 to 2 months, so to check if if you are doing any major project. Suppose you stuck at some get stuck at some point, your partner will definitely help you out. So making a group of 2 to 3 will definitely help. This is one of the thing. And mock interviews, they will definitely, Newton School is providing for the batches which are running now. My
Mhm.
friends were on the first batch, so but they're also they're now also facing the mock interviews. Those are provided from Newton School. Like it's been 4 to 5 months since our last day, but Newton School has not gave up on them. So that is one thing. Mock interviews are definitely helpful for me at least. And after that, when the referral process started, so very good companies came, and one or two I had technology testing technology, but I had gone to the last round, but not able to crack those because those people said that and they had their different mindset. They will like want people who will be from development, but that doesn't matter. So yes, so those are one of the things. And yes, so mock interviews definitely help. And yeah, one more thing, that even if you get stuck at any point, mock interviews, even if you feel demotivated at some point, that yes, my mock interview went wrong, or now what will happen, will they provide me referral or not? That is not the case. This is not, I'm not saying for the sake of saying, but this is the truth. So Newton School does these things. They will provide you mock interviews, even if you can't go wrong, or provide some if you do not do it in a right way, they will nurture you. Then they will give you the right process, right mentors. Then after that, you will definitely do better. My colleagues are there. My friends are there. They are definitely doing good. One or two friends, they went from noob to experience level, I would definitely say.
So, can you name out three friends that you made at Newton School and are still in touch with?
Yes, yes. One is Jenius Jen, and people might be knowing him. Jenius Jen, he is now in Rapido. One is Hari Krishna. He is also now in. Hari Krishna actually was a programmer, so he knew coding from before. But all the full stack thing, yeah, we learned equally here only. So, but Jenius Jen, he never knew coding. He never knew like he had just had the aptitude and he had the right mindset.
Yeah.
So that helped him a lot. And we like grew together. So that is one of the things. Newton, yes, those two things. And one is Anirudh, one is Sahil. So these are some friends of mine who, and another I would say is Subham. So I had seen him grow from zero to master level, because Shubham, he got placed recently. And firstly when we joined, so he had a different mindset, and now he had a very different mindset, like altogether. And now any questions, any interview was asked to him, he's cracking it. And Siddharth himself said that he's confused how these things happened.
Yes, wonders. So, yeah, Pratik, I would also like to know about, do you feel like you belong? Right? Is there a sense of community that you feel with Newton School and with all the friends that you made? And also, like you mentioned, all these friends that you made, they are nothing but your programmers, right? I call them programmers because
Yes.
together. So that's what I call. So do you feel a sense of belonging with these people, and what do you have to say about that?
Yes, definitely, because they, as I said, is in touch with me since day one. And even if not with me, but with every programmer I met from Newton School, because my in last few days, like Shreya, my mentor, she messaged me and like asked me about my well-being or something. So like that doesn't happen in normally all of the firms, but it happens here. So that is a sense of, yes, they have not forgotten us. Yes, like उनका काम खत्म तो फिर अभी हम लोग को, so it is not like that. So these are some of the things which I feel really happy about to join Newton School. So that is a sense of, yes, as you said, programmers is there, and my programmers here are definitely Janice, Hare Krishna. So I definitely used to program with these guys only when we code out something, or when we go out to any contest in Newton School or world like global contest. So we definitely like help each other out, not in the contest itself, but after that we help each other out.
Kind of sit and discuss and have a
Yes, so that would, I would say, that will definitely help you, because even if you get demotivated at some point, the other person is always there to mentor you and say, yeah, things will go well, definitely. Yes, so programmers are really helpful.
Janish is giving you a high five in the comment section.
So
Hi.
is it there?
Yeah, he's there, he's there. So we'll take a few questions from the comment section, and I think
Yeah.
we wind up in another 5 minutes. Um, Rishabh, uh, Rishabh asks us how tell us how did you prepare for your interview? Because most of us have joined Newton School. So how did you personally prepare for your interview apart from Newton School?
Yes. So, see, I would say for the last, those 5 months, I had a 9 to 6 job. So, like personally, me, I was not giving that much importance to that 9 to 6 job. I was going around. I will tell you the schedule also. I was going around, 10 and coming at around 4 or 5. So, and I was a, gym guy, so I had left gym for those 4 to 5 months also. So because of yes, so things were not going well for me personally, as well as professionally. So yes, and after that, when I came at 5 or 6, after that from 6 to near about 2 to 3, we were two, I would say. So we were all programming. So like all my friends were there, and personally from 6 to 9, some kind of coding I would do, or data structure algorithms. Then 9 to 10, 11 we had class, and 11 to 12 we had mentor session. So
Yeah.
that those 3 hours are blocked. And after that, if I had any doubt or something, we were connecting with the mentors. And after that, from 12 to 2 or 3, whatever maybe, we were doing some projects or full stack things. So that was my a schedule for those 5 months. Even if I miss sometimes the data structure algorithm parts, but yes, I definitely make up it in weekend or something. You have to give time. Actually, I would say time is more important, because if you give time to things, so that will definitely help. So this is my personal experience, apart from curriculum. But the thing which I have prepared apart from that is from sites like Gigs for Gigs and LeetCode is definitely helpful. And in Newton School site also, there are very like in our times there were questions. Those are not organized, but yes, last 2 to 3 days I revisited that site, and I was astonished. I was shocked, like, to see the site. How is it organized now? So
Okay.
yes, that is definitely helpful.
So yeah, I think everybody needs to have a personalized schedule and timetable that fits them perfectly, because you were
Yes.
in a 9 to 5 job and you had to manage this side by side. And there are
Yeah.
some people who are still in the fourth year of college but have to manage. So
Yes. Yes.
resources and time you have to organize yourself accordingly, right?
Yes. Those are definitely.
That's perfect. So Mayur Kriplani asks us, what about someone who is in BE mechanical changing into a job profile of software development? Is getting jobs without prior development experience easy?
Okay, so I will say I'm also from mechanical background. So so that will sum up the answer actually. But to be more accurate, definitely. So it doesn't matter if you have learned in coding or not in the past. You just have to have a clear mindset of learning things, of learning new things, and those things will be given to you by Newton School. And the thing is that if you just know coding, basic codings of any language, as in you just know how to code something, how to know how to write a palindrome number or something, you can easily crack it, because you have that mindset to crack those things. If you know, like some people might be thinking that no, like those are so many coding questions out there, how can we crack all of this? No, but you have to start from some place at once, because suppose I was a mechanical engineer and I had no knowledge, to be honest, but in service this company, the guys just asked 2 to 3 questions on basic programming. So I just practiced those 2 to 3 questions and I cracked that interview in my college days. But after that, when I learned that those 2 to 3 questions would not help me for my future, so that is one of the things that you definitely have to think about. So being a mechanical engineer doesn't mean that you cannot code. So this guy Janice, he's an electrical engineer and he had no guy and no clue what to do, but how where he is, so definitely you can do and swipe roles as well.
Okay, awesome. So I think that's it for the session. We might have a few questions later on. I'll get in touch with you and give you a few questions, and then we can coordinate and get them
Yes.
answered. So one last thing, Pratik, if you could describe Newton School in a sentence or a word, what would that be? I think we can get a little creative here. So one word and one sentence. What would it be?
Word word I'm not
Can
that good in creating words, but
It can be anything.
okay. Okay. 2 words: lifelong experience, I would say, for a Newton School. And in a sentence, if I want to describe it, then definitely that it has helped me a lot to grow in coding world, in development process. And there might be some more sentences, but this is the thing that it has definitely helped me a lot, because I was a mechanical guy, and then I was placed in a services company in a testing profile. Then in the few months I had joined Inncrewin Technologies as a development profile in Munstack. So all this network has definitely helped me a lot, and I will always be blessed. So that is it.
Awesome. Thank you, Pratik. So we come towards the end of this AMA, and yeah, you're doing this for the first time. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time out. And I know you have to get back to work now, so
Yes.
I'll let you be. Thank you so much. In case any of you will have a few more questions, drop onto our social profiles, LinkedIn, Instagram, DM us, email me personally to aisha@newtonschool.co, and I'll pass on the questions to Pratik, and he'll answer them for you. Thank you so much. Bye,
Yeah.
Pratik.